guys, and welcome to another video here at Major Automations. I'm excited to bring you this one. So one of the biggest things that Liz and I wanted to focus on was e-commerce. It's a huge pain point because it's so much work, right? It's so much you have to put in the grind. So being able to automate some of these high value, high ROI functions that, you can do a lot of it within Shopify with different tools, but hey, if you're already using Make, you might as well use it to automate within Shopify. I didn't realize how hard it was to set up Shopify and Make. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm definitely gonna record a video about that separately, so look for that to come soon. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you how I built the Shopify reorder that I built for one of our customers, but you can use within your store. So basically what this flow does is it looks for orders that are 30 to 31 days old, right? And then it gets that order from the order ID. It also gets the customer. You don't necessarily need this step. I have it for a very, very, very specific reason that the customer requested, but you don't necessarily need this one. I'm gonna include it so you can see why, but you can skip it for the most part. Then it will create a draft order. So basically copying the previous order, and then it will text it to them in this case. So maybe email is better for you. For this particular use, they communicate with everyone via text for their business. So they wanted it to send a text message of the draft order. So basically all they have to do is click and click buy, and they're done. All their information's in there, their credit card, their shipping address, everything is done because it's all pulled from the previous order. As close to a one-click buy as we can get, right? And that's what we want. And also, in this particular case, these are disposables. Like these are wax paper products for restaurants. So they're gonna be ordering consistently. I highly recommend using this flow if you have anything that someone needs to order on a regular basis. Figure out your timelines, in this case every month, excuse me. Or, if it's every 90 days, whatever. It just makes it super easy. All right, so let's get into the actual flow itself. So it's pretty simple. We're using ClickSend to send you text messages. You can definitely use ClickSend. You can use whatever you want. And this final piece here is an email actually to internal if an order is over $1,500. So the folks at Ofco in this case will reach out and call them basically to confirm, like, hey, so you're doing a big order. Let's talk about it. All right. So first we start with search for orders. Okay. And this is going to take a little bit of magic here that I've been working on a lot. It's sort of the language within Make. I think it's technically called regex, but I'm still learning a little bit more and more. But anyways, we're gonna create a new scenario here, and we're gonna call it 30-day reorder. Boom. All right, reorder. There we go. Okay, so again, I'm gonna have a way to show you how to set up Shopify. It is not easy to do. It needs its own video. Anyways, so we're gonna start here. We have our Shopify hooked up in this case. So we need to go ahead and get watch orders. Or I'm sorry, search for orders. So the status should be closed, right? They paid for it. Financial paid, should be, right? Fulfillment status should also be shipped, right? It doesn't have received in here because technically we don't know. This is actually a pretty busy shop, so I put in 50 in here. Usually there's not gonna be that many. So far we've been returning anywhere from 3 to like 15 orders. So, but I don't want it to be limited. I want it to send as many reorders as possible to make it super easy. Check out the advanced settings here. Not a whole lot. You can like search by customer ID if you want, but that's not super useful for us because we're just trying to pull a list of orders, and then make sure our API is set up. And again, I'll have a video for that. And we click OK. So the next piece that we want to do is we want to get the order, right? Which is this one here, which is basically saying like we want all the details of this order, not just the order itself. So we're going to go ahead and get the order, get an order, and all you need is the order ID, okay? And that's gonna list it out for you as well. And that's coming straight from here. So basically we're gonna get a big list of orders. And again, this is where you want to use some of that special language that I talked about. So that in here is created after or created before. Okay, in this case, what we want to do is there's obviously now, right? And we'll go through it. So created after. So we want to go add what was it? Add days, yep. So add days, open their parentheses. So you can see here it's trying to help you. It's basically saying like, hey, here's the, so we want now, in this case, so from today, we want to go back 31 days in my case. So that's going to be from now, which is its own deal. So we're going to go to the date function here. I forget where now lives. Sorry, it was under date. I just missed it. Okay, so now, which means like today, right? We semicolon, and then we do -31. So that's saying 31 days previous to today. Now, if you did positive, right, that'd be 31 days from today. That doesn't really make sense with a now, right? But you could set this up for other use cases. But in the meantime, we're gonna do this. And then we're just gonna go ahead and copy this, and put add, and this time we're gonna do 30, okay? So that means basically what we're telling it is, hey, you're gonna go 30 days in the past, start searching until you hit 31 days. So there's a 24-hour period where orders were created. I want you to gather all of those orders for me, okay? So, and what we need here, app ID, so you can check, you can get all of the fields that you want. But for us, all we really need is the order ID, which should come through automatically. So we're gonna go okay, and we get an order. Boom. All right. So now we are going to create a draft order. Shopify, create a draft order. Okay. This is where things get a little crazy. So we want to map our line items. And what we're going to do is from the get an order page, we are going to use the line items array. So line items. So see how this opens and there's all of this information in here? So the line items array is what we want, because that way if there's multiple line items, it will create multiple line items. Okay. Customer ID, so you have to have this. So this information is under get an order, and it's under customer. So you see customer ID, email, boom, location. So this would be the delivery location. We don't necessarily need that. So this is where you're gonna get it again from the customer area here. So first name, last name, address. Let's see here. Oh, I need billing. I mean, first name, last name should be the same. Address 1, city. So we're just matching all of these. Zip, company. You can even do longitude and latitude if you want. That's pretty wild, right? For tracking these folks. Phone. Province, which is state or province, doesn't matter. For whatever reason, Shopify always says province. I think most of the world uses province. That kind of makes sense, but it's province or state, same thing. Country, and you need all this for billing, obviously. Country, boom. Shipping address. So this should be the same as the billing, but just in case, put it all in here. Just in case, and this is just keeping them from having to really do anything, right? All they literally, we want this to be a one-click buy, or as close to humanly possible to that. Phone, province, country. All right, shipping line. So you can put this in here if you'd like. You don't really need to. You should already have this set up in Shopify if you're doing this, but you can go ahead and do that as well, because it's just going to include shipping and different things like that. But because it's so, shipping changes so often, I don't like to do this, just in case. It should calculate. So then they go to checkout and click OK. So now you have it creating a draft order with the line items that we want, which is great. And then next we want a router. Now you don't have to use a router. I like the router because it keeps me organized. You don't need it. It's not necessary. You're also going to probably want, you're probably going to want to have break modules on each of these Shopify ones, just in case they don't fire back. But the first thing you need for a text message is phone. So you got to parse the phone, make sure it's in the proper form that we need here. So reduce all of these, close these up, so we can get what we need here. All right, billing address, shipping address. Okay. Customer, we need phone number. Boom. And then default is gonna be US. In our case, click OK. Perfect. And finally, we're using, again, click send, which I really like, but your send options here, send to number, body, this is gonna be what you want in here. Now you can have AI write this. I don't recommend that. Keep it pretty simple, like, hey, first name, it's been a month since you ordered. Here is what you might need. Now that's pretty lame, but hey, we take it. And then what we want, the big thing we want is we want the URL for the draft order in here. So that, again, one click buy if possible. Let's see if I can find this. It's so much harder to look for this when you're not, you don't have actual data in here. Draft order ID. Here we go, invoice URL. So that's gonna automatically connect them. And then for the number, you're gonna want the E164. That's for here. And then from, this will be the number that you have from your service. In this case, it's like this 1617 number. We'll add that later. All right, so now you have the basic framework in here. This would be like where I'd put maybe an email, like send an email. Maybe if this was a different industry in this case, you know, like subject, your order 30 days ago. Order 30 days ago. Boom. I'm gonna do this with plain text. Hey, wanted to make it easy. Here's the order you got a month ago. Need to restock. And again, we're just gonna add that invoice URL, boom. Easy enough, right? So there you go, and we're good to go. We click OK, and now recipient is gonna be their email address, verified email, and okay, look at that. So now we have something that's going back 30 days, seeing what people need, and then sending them an order that they could just click on. Right there on their phone, click boom, boom, buy, done. This has been one of the highest ROI flows that we've ever used. Extremely powerful, extremely easy, and it just gets the job done, right? Because all it does is it makes it so simple for your clients to buy from you. Retention is huge. Once they buy from you twice, they're like 80% more likely to come to you instead of the other guy. And then I forget, it's like there's like 3 different breakpoints. It's like twice or 3 times, I can't remember. There's 7 times, and there's like 12 times. Basically, they're a lifelong customer. So use this to your advantage, make tons of money. Thanks for hanging out at Major Automations. If you'd like to have this flow sent to you, you can join our Skool community down below. It will give you all the resources, so you can basically just copy and paste this in. Super simple flow. Feel free to use it. Take care and have a good one.